Hello, dear beautiful world. Today, I would like to talk about practical spiritual life. To talk about practical spiritual life requires to explain a lot of concepts that you have to build up for yourself over time. Spirituality doesn't come necessarily by itself. Spirituality is something we always cultivate, always build up, always are in progress and in process of evolving, changing, molding ourselves into something that we'd rather have in our life instead of always repeating what we don't want. Repeating what we don't want often comes from a feeling of safety, a feeling of, I know this world, even though it's not that comfortable, it is still a world I know. When you're trying to get out of the repeated habits we have and are consciously, actively, with your will, trying to change your habits to something that are more promoting of life, to visualize and to feel and to actually realize ourselves as physical spirits, as spirits that have come down to this earth before birth, to birth, and are experiencing, exploring, and learning through life. If we think that we got a bad hand in life and we can't do anything, we can't change anything, things are as it is just because it has been so for that long, so we just have to be okay with it. We have to, with will, you have to willfully want these things. You have to want to change, you have to want to view the world as a better place. We have oppositions, we have hindrances in front of us because they are to be overcome. They are to be defeated, is what I like to call it. To have a practical spiritual life in relations to how we are awake in the moment. Are you awake in the moment, or are you letting your thoughts getting dragged everywhere? Do you have control of your thoughts and your emotions? And how well can you handle a crisis or a situation that is not, you don't want this situation? And sometimes I forget words I really want to use, but hey. You want to get out of a situation. And most people that have inner strength, when a certain period has gone, you get the strength to push yourself out of it. Some people never get to push themselves out of it. And that is why it is important to always support those that are in situation that they can't necessarily get out of themselves. We all have those situations where we actually have to ask for help in the moment. In spiritual practical life, you build up yourself and build up concepts, and you absorb a new worldview and a spiritual feeling to life that is completely different from this materialistic viewpoint we have in the North and the West. It is a feeling of, the nature is alive. We are a continuous process of always happening. We are not something that is then and now, that we are this and that's how it is. We are always different from time to another. We have our core, yes. We have our I, our essence. But this essence is what is changing, what is growing, what is learning new things and exploring new things to gain new understanding. And with this understanding you get from experiences in life is highly valuable when it comes to interacting with other human beings, observing what is happening in this world, seeing the small things that we can do better but we are not, and we are allowing these things to happen. We have the capability to make things very, very, very much more harmonic and livable than today. Why are we perpetrating this? Why are we repeating? We are choosing new leaders that is incompetent, that just want to keep things as it is, and to just because it is working for the moment, and it is not working for the moment. They want to have it like this, and we are choosing them to have it like this. Not only that, but secret hidden agendas that suddenly comes forth after we chose them, that was not in the program, that has not been voted for, that has not been chosen by the people, comes forth as how and why did it get chosen like this? The political life should be 100% transparent. Every single interaction, every single exchange of every action, every money use, every economic choices, all of this shall be transparent, so that everyone have the opportunity to build an insight into our political life, an insight into what our parties are doing, an insight to what are they doing at all. Individually, when you build a practical, spiritual, individual, unique way of living for yourself based in your own experiences, your own life path, what you have grown up to, it is hints to where you are in life. We have come so far in our intelligence, we have come so far in our consciousness, that we now can start to build autonomy, start to build that a country, that a culture actually can function for itself without leaders, without political parties. What we need to do is to put economics, politics, and culture in three different spheres that is not affected by each other, because economics in political life is corrupting, and vice versa. The political life is there to see to that the changes are happening, that the solutions are put into place, are applied to where we need to have them. The economic life is purely for handling economic situations and areas, and the culture is for building up our understanding of our spiritual heritage, and for our country and for other countries, because we are to promote and to value each other's cultures and each other's differences, because we can't be alike, everyone. That would be hell on earth, believe me. We are not meant to be alike. We are not meant to be the same. We are meant to be different and enjoy our differences. Listen to what our differences are. And especially if it is in a highly moral and ethical area of our life. If we come forth from our heart. Sorry, it's strange sound. If we come forward from our heart, from our moral and ethical viewpoint, and feel our way, are we doing right, are we doing wrong, and how many of our programmings, bad habits, and what we have repeated throughout life coming in the way. It is not uncontrolled. We are allowing these bad habits to come forth. The will to not let them come forth, but to show ourselves as something we want to become and something we grow to become. And you can only do it by repeating new habits, new ways of living. But you can't use them as programmings anymore. You must use them as conscious living. From moment to moment, you choose what you want to choose. That is true. That is to be awake. That is true awareness. To not get dragged in bad emotions. To not get dragged everywhere by impulses and reactions, but to have equanimity in the worst and in the best of situations. Thanks, everyone. I just wanted to clean out my thoughts a little and clear out of many of the different concepts I am building up that I know works, that I know it is possible, and I am building up towards a movement, to building up towards something big that can change this world, something that can build traction, that can build speed and momentum, and that everyone that is capable of ethic and moral choices and solutions can jump on. And no one is ruling over no one. Everyone is in on the choices of change, in on the improvements and enhancements of our culture, life, politics, and economics. There is so many different areas of life that we all should explore, even if we only know a little of it, like a jack of all trades. After you have after you have a standard enough, I would say, understanding of most areas of life, you will build up a very living concept and perspective of how you live. Thank you. May the divine hierarchies bless us all. May Christ and all the divine ascended masters guide us on our growth.